I'm Grimm of That One Metal Blog, and this is the second installment of Brutal Bitching. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Grimm of That One Metal Blog, and thank you for tuning in for Brutal Bitching Part 2. Now, this is going to be a lot more of a serious topic for me personally. It's on the music industry and piracy. And as many of you know, that our fellow viewers that have been here since the beginning know how much of a music lover that I am. I've got a whole collection here to prove my dedication to the musicians that I follow and how much I admire them for what they do. But this is in regards to a lot of people that I know personally that are not as dedicated to it as I am. And I get it, no one has to be a massive music lover where they want to have every little bit of the discography, all the signed photographs, tapestries, t-shirts, but you have to take into account that these are people who are taking away money from the very people who are providing us a service of entertainment and of passion and emotion, and are simply just kind of wiping their asses with it because they don't want to spend $10 to purchase a brand new CD. Granted, I know that that's a little bit steep because last I checked, a good album came to about $17 in the store, but one can dream. And I personally have no patience for people who want to try and justify their reasonings by either they're too broke or they just want to listen to it for free first and then decide if they want to buy it. You got YouTube for that, most of the time. You don't have to try and find some half-assed reason. Just say that you're too fucking cheap to purchase the album. It's okay. At least you're honest about it. But the fact that I am around a bunch of local musicians that are just dying to try and get out for some exposure, and they put so much dedication and time into their music, you gotta wonder what it means to a musician who's actually making a living off this. Like, these local people, they've got jobs. This is a side passion that they're trying to get out there, but they can't survive off that. Not many people put so much effort in the music scene. Not as much as they should. And granted, I used to be a music pirate. Arr. Jimmy told me to put that part in. But I don't really look back on that with kind eyes, considering the fact that I now own a good sum of what I did steal, because I found out how much it harmed the musicians, the music industry, the people who did the production for the album, the people who did exposure for the album, and just general workers all around that have something to do with the music industry. On an annual gross in the economy, we lost $12.5 billion due to piracy in the music industry. Over 70,000 people lost their jobs, and there was also, I think it was around about $2 billion lost in American wages. And that's just in the music industry as a whole. Like, granted, I'm not a big fan of Nicki Minaj or Chief Keef, but you know, if you really want to stoop that low in the mediocrity of modern radio, then by all means. But that is still a musician that put forth time and effort to make an album as an entertainer or just as a musician that just wanted to express themselves. And you, by clicking the download button on Pirate Bay, or you go to a YouTube side shop that wants to just kind of snip out little bits and pieces of that video that you're downloading off of, you're harming them, whether you believe it or not. And these are people that love their fans most often. They're constantly touring because that's how they make their money. The music industry isn't what it used to, where you could go for a decent tour and just live off that for a time and take a fucking break. Devil Driver, for instance, a non-stop fucking touring machine. And even Des said it himself, is that you're in it to make art. It's no longer a thing of money because there's not much to be had. So you need to be willing to do it for the passion that you have for music, or you're not going to make it. And that's my problem. A good sum of you that want to illegally download or solely rely on Spotify or Pandora. Granted, those are legitimate sites, but that's not doing justice to what you're hearing. if you love the artist and you love the work that you're hearing, and it gets you through the day, then go out and buy the album. Buy a shirt, go to a show, get involved, and actually put forth the effort into your music scene, if you have one that you can actually get behind. That's what keeps music going, is people who are willing to put forth that effort and time to see everything flourish. And that's what I want to see for everyone everywhere, even if it's music that I despise. And I know it's hypocritical of me, but ultimately, it's all in a matter of opinion. But I respect an artist regardless if they actually stand behind what they're writing and what they're putting forth. They don't have to do it for us. They're doing it for them. And that's why you shouldn't look at music as an entitlement. You look at it as a privilege. And that's what it's always been to me. And I've learned more and more as each year goes how much these musicians put into me and all of you. So with that being said, get involved, do your part, and quit being a fuckhead. That will wraps it up for the second installment of Brutal Bitching. And for those of you watching who haven't already gone onto our Facebook page and liked our material, please do. And also follow us on Instagram, and also go to our lovely little metal site for thatonemetalblog.com. And for anyone who's interested in doing any writing for us, please get a hold of us at thatonemetalblog@gmail.com and send us any material that you've got and tell us why you think you should be involved with us, and we'll give it a good look. It's KaLeb Grimm, and thank you for tuning in.